Hey girlies, it's Tammy. So I'm back at you with another video today, and today we've got some highlights. Everyone's favorite product, highlighters. We're going to be talking about my affordable highlighters. I've literally pulled out every single one I have, and I'm going to go through each one and tell you my thoughts on them. Maybe even swatch each one, probably swatch each one. That will most likely be the most helpful. Tammy. I'm going to get through the bigger palettes first and then work my way down to smaller palettes. I'm not 100% sure on every single price, but I will try and leave it all listed down below if I can, with links if I can find them. So I will be telling you the prices of things that I know. If not, I'll tell you roundabout prices. So it's roundabout this much basically. So yeah, let's just jump straight in. First of all, I'm going to start with the Kylie Bybel palette because it's not really a highlighter per se. It's more of a eyeshadow and highlighter palette, but it does have 4 highlighters in here which are absolutely stunning. For deeper skin, this is amazing, and this also works if you mix it with these two. The pinky one is obviously for fair or lighter skin, but you can still kind of make it work. So I'm just going to swatch all of these. They are very, very pigmented, very soft, definitely worth the price. Let me get you girlies closer. So yeah, these are the 4 Kylie Bybel highlighters. Absolutely stunning colors, and definitely work for deeper skin. Now this palette I believe is about $12 for the whole thing, but of course you do get 14 eyeshadow colors as well. Next I have another BH Cosmetics palette, which is the Wild and Radiant palette. I think tons of people have this. So affordable, so gorgeous. Like they are baked highlighters, which I love baked highlighters. They're so pigmented and so glittery. This one is my ultimate favorite, but I like this one too. And if you want to use these two and you are deeper skin, I recommend kind of mixing it in because this is definitely more suited to us. If you give it all a swirl together, you'll get a very gorgeous shade out of it. So let me swatch these 4 for you. So as you can see, very pigmented highlights, gorgeous highlights, and it has a shade for everyone. And I believe this palette was definitely under $10, I want to say. And this is how they look. Not as intense as the Kylie Bybel ones in my opinion, but still gorgeous, usable highlights. So moving on to City Color Cosmetics, they also have some highlighting palettes. They have this highlighter trio, which I got for, I want to say about £3-4. And this is collection 1. I believe they do have a second one, but I wasn't a fan of the colors. And this one looked the deepest. So as you can tell from these colors, very icy, very light. So let me give them a swatch. Very soft. I haven't used this in ages. This is why, because they are so icy. I don't use highlights like this. If anything out of this palette, I would use this one, but I would still probably top it with something else. I think I used this palette maybe once or twice, and I'm really not a fan. Pigmentation is gorgeous. If you're lighter skin, then this would be amazing for you, especially for the price. But for my skin tone and deeper, way too icy in my opinion. It obviously depends on what type of highlights you like. I like bronzy, golden, glowy highlights. I don't like icy, because icy may look nice like this, but when you turn your face straight, you can see like a strip of grey on your face, and I really hate it. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend these for deeper skin, but if you're lighter, perfect highlights, very affordable, thumbs up. Now, if you are deeper skin and you wanted something from City Color Cosmetics, I would recommend the Timeless Beauty palette, which is, I don't think this is a shade, it's just one palette called Timeless Beauty by City Color Cosmetics, and it comes with these 4 absolutely stunning highlights. This one's kind of like a purpley undertone, this one's a rose undertone, this one is a bronzy tone, and this one's gold. So perfect. All 4 of them work for darker skin. Absolutely stunning colors. I believe I paid £4 or £5 for this palette from Beauty Joint. I get all of my US makeup from beautyjoint.com. So as you can see, none of them are icy. They're all nice pigmented shades. So we've got a rose, we've got the purpley brown, we've got the copper, and last but not least, we've got the gold. So they all have pigment, they're not icy, they all have colors to it, so it will appear gorgeous on deeper skin tones. And for the price of £4 or £5, you get 4 highlights. So absolutely love this palette. So those were kind of US palettes that are readily available in the USA. Now for palettes that are readily available in the UK, we've obviously got Makeup Revolution and Freedom. So the Makeup Revolution palette, they have so many highlighting palettes. It all depends on what you prefer and your skin tone, but this is honestly the best palette to get if you are a woman of color. I love Makeup Revolution, but I don't have any of their other blush palettes because whenever I see it in store, I'm like, that's icy, that's icy, that's icy. I just wish they had a straight up bronze palette that just had deep colors, deep pinks, deep purples, deep golds, deep bronzes, just for us, you know, but I digress. So this is the Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold palette, which I 100% recommend if you are women of color. This palette, I believe, is $7.99, $6.99 maybe. And it obviously comes with all of these. These are kind of useless to me because they don't show up on me at all. No, they don't show up on me at all. But this and this, I'm sold. I'm sold. I basically bought this palette for 2 highlighters. For the price, I'm really not complaining. I love this palette. I think you can tell I only use these 2. I've dipped around in these, but they kind of have icy tones to it. Let me swatch. I'm gonna swatch these 4 first, and then we'll swatch those 2. So those are the 4 that I'm talking about, and you can see that icy tone to it. I hope you can see. They will work on darker skin with a very light hand, but I just don't like the icy look on myself, so I don't ever use them. So that is how they look on me. Not super bad, just not my style of highlight. So moving on to the 2 that I absolutely recommend are these 2. Look at that. How stunning. This is my ultimate favorite. This can get put on my face right now. This I like to mix in with this if I feel like making it pop a little bit more, because this one does kind of look very skin tone like a glow from within type of glow, and then this one is like boom glow. And in my opinion, they're like the most pigmented shades out of the whole palette as well, so I'm glad that it happens to be the shades that I like. So yeah, 100% recommend this palette. That's Golden Sugar 2. Okay, and from Freedom, I've got this palette, which is the Bronze and Baked palette. So of course it is meant to have like bronzy tones. It's all baked highlighters, so very pigmented shades. I don't find myself reaching for this palette, but now that I'm looking at it, it really does have some gorgeous shades in there. I'm gonna swatch this side first, so let's swatch the gold. So that is how they look. Quite light, but nothing too crazy. I really don't remember this palette actually. Sorry. So that is how they look. This is probably why I don't remember it, because I don't use tones like that. If anything, I'd probably use the gold, but this gold actually looks exactly the same as something I'm going to talk about in a minute, which is the Freedom Pro Highlight in the shade Glow. This looks exactly the same. Hold on, let me swatch them together. Yeah, they are exactly the same. This is the one from the palette, and then this is Glow. So they are the exactly same color. Now I'm going to swatch the other side. This one kind of looks like matte or sheeny rather than glittery, but these are the other 3. Not amazed by this palette. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're a lighter skin tone. It's really doing nothing for me, so I would say skip. And then the last palette I'm going to talk about is the Sleek Makeup Cleopatra's Kiss highlighting palette, and they of course have the Solstice, which is more light skin appropriate or pale skin appropriate. I would say if you have deeper skin or are my skin color, you should get this one, which is Cleopatra's Kiss. So this one is gold. It has more of a golden undertone, even though it still has a pink highlight in there. The gold here is absolutely stunning. This palette is £10 I believe, or £9.99. I don't ever use the balms. Oh yeah, one girl in my comments, she asked me to do like a break this highlighter video up into creams, balms and powders, but I do not use cream highlights. I don't use balm highlights. I just use powder. I have so much texture on my skin, so I don't ever buy cream highlights or balms or anything like that, so I'm sorry it won't be included in this video, but I literally don't have any. So yeah, these are the 2 powder highlights from the Sleek palette. I will swatch the balms as well. I hope you guys can see that. So the balms are on these 2 fingers, and then the powders are on these 2. So all together, It's alright. For £10, the palette is alright, but I'm not raving about it. I'm not like, oh, you have to pick this up. I'm not blown away by it. So this is how they look. They are definitely good for £10, and it definitely works a lot better on darker skin than the Solstice palette. But overall, not thrilled. Okay, and then we have a highlighter from Gosh, and this is huge. This is huge. This is the Giant Sun Powder in 001, and it is a giant powder. It's a highlight. It is gold, but I don't really use this. I don't think I've ever used this. It's a good tone, that is why, because it's very subtle. If you are a subtle highlight person, this is for you. It looks quite nice now that I'm swatching it, but I think the first time I swatched it, I took a dab of it and I was like, oh, no thanks. It's really subtle. You can only see it when the sun or the light reflects off it. You're not gonna catch it. Like if this is just sitting on your face normally, you're not gonna see it booming. It's really subtle, and it would make nice for holidays, just to put all over your face so you're glowing in the sun. Or it would make a very nice body shimmer. As you can see, it shears out beautifully and gives a really nice glow to the skin rather than highlight. It gives a nice glow to the skin. So I would use this on my collarbones in summer. The Gosh highlight, I believe, is about £14. So not really affordable, but I digress. Then we have something new to my collection, which is the Katie Price Baked Bronzer. This is a highlight for darker skin, of course. Shimmery bronzers for lighter skin are highlights for darker skin because everything appears different on different skin tones. I'm sure you know this by now. So this packaging is so cute. It's white and it's got the silver logo, and this is stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Coppery. If anything, is a tiny bit too deep for me. It's really orange. It reminds me of Flamethrower by Makeup Geek. It's really orange. Yeah, a tiny bit too deep for me, but if you have a really deep skin tone like Lapita, then this would show up as booming, gorgeous highlight on you. But for me, it's just a tiny bit too deep. That's why I haven't been reaching for it. I thought it would have a tiny bit more gold to it. But overall, absolutely stunning highlight, and I believe I got it on sale for I got it on sale for £4, but originally it's £6. Okay, I think everybody and their mum knows about this. This is the Shimmer Brick by Makeup Revolution in the shade Rose Gold. Absolutely gorgeous. They sell it in the US and UK. Absolutely, I believe. Don't quote me. I think I've seen US people swatch it. I think. Like on Cocoa Swatches or something like that. I've seen it on US Instagram. So anyway, this is a highlight. Obviously it comes with 5 strips of different toned highlights. You can either use them all together, which looks like that. Stunning. Or you can use them one by one, depending on your skin tone, because obviously if you're a lighter skin, you don't want to go down here. Deeper skin, you can kind of just swirl it all about and put it on. It would look gorgeous. I love this. So affordable. It's like £4. So pigmented. I use it. I like using it. It's definitely very good. I recommend this. Okay, and sticking with Makeup Revolution, I have the Vivid Baked Highlighter, which I hauled recently. This is the Rose Gold Lights, so it is a pinky tone highlight. Absolutely stunning. They have tons of colors in this Vivid Baked highlighter range, but I only have this one. I feel like I did have it. I had Golden Lights. These Vivid Baked highlighters are really pigmented. They are gorgeous. This one is stunning. Kind of like a blush tone on me. It's like a blush pinky gold, rose gold basically. And did I forget to say they're like £3? I mean, you can't go wrong. Then we have the Vivid Baked Bronzer by Makeup Revolution, which I think everybody and their mum has already. This is Rock on World. Everybody started saying it was a dupe for MAC Gold Deposit. And I could see, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I haven't tried Gold Deposit in a very long time. Mine's broke and then I repressed it myself and I haven't touched it since. So yeah, I haven't touched it, but this is how it looks. So then we have the Freedom Pro Highlight in Glow, which I've already swatched in this video, but I'm going to swatch it again. I'm going to talk about it again. I absolutely love this color. I did have the shade Brighten, and I had another one as well, but I gave them away to Kami because they're too light for my skin tone. This is the only one that really suits my skin tone and can work. It looks really icy in the pan, but when you swatch it, it is a gold color. Still kind of icy, but it works on my face for some reason, so I recommend it. It's like £3. However, if you have Makeup Revolution Golden Lights already, it's basically the same thing, so you don't need both. That's probably why I sold my Golden Lights. And last but not least, from Makeup Revolution, they clearly have a lot of highlights. I hauled this recently as well. It is the strobe highlighters. I thought I would love these because of the shades, but the pigmentation is really sheer. It's quite subtle, not quite, it's very subtle highlights. It's one of those highlights, again, that you will only see when the light hits it. You won't see it when you're just like, I'm looking at it right now on my hand, I'm looking at the swatch, and you can't see any like reflection, any light, nothing is coming from it. It just looks like a face powder. Then once I turn it in the light, you can definitely see the reflection right here of the highlight. So it's very subtle. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet because I haven't used it on my face, so I'm not quite sure if I love the subtlety or if I hate it. I really don't know. I commend them for the shade. I absolutely love that they've put a shade like this in their range. Congratulations, clap clap, really proud of you guys. Love this. But maybe same color in a brighter formula, same color in this formula basically, and then I would be over the moon, because this is very subtle, and for people that are not into subtlety, you know, like myself, I would prefer this color in this formula. But if you're into subtle highlights, then definitely, and you are darker skin, Rejuvenate Strobe Highlighter from Makeup Revolution. I personally think it's perfect for like work, school, every day. It's not like, oh, she's glowing today. It's more like a, oh, you're glowing today, you know? It's more like a, oh, you look nice today, that type of glow. Same exact review on the Gold Addict one. Very sheer, very subtle. If you're into that type of thing, I definitely recommend them. They're like £3-4. So next we have the 17 Instant Glow Gold Bronze Shimmer Brick, which looks like this. And like it says, it's like a goldy bronze, and with the shimmer bricks, of course, you can swirl it all around or use one color for that day. I'm going to show you a swatch of it all swirled around because that's most likely how I will wear it, and that is how it looks. Quite icy, so you can obviously put more of the bottom color on top to tone it down to fit your skin tone. It just depends on what skin tone you are, but pigmentation wise, I really like it. It's really good pigmentation for the price. Now for something I found on eBay. One time I just went on an eBay spree and I just decided to type in like baked highlighters or baked blushes, and I bought everything that popped up. But this one was something that I was not expecting to find. It is the La Femme Baked Powder. They retail for about £2-3 on eBay with free shipping, so you really can't go wrong. This is the shade 01. They do have about 4 shades, I believe, but they're all of a golden bronzy tone, and they just get deeper, which is the best thing about a highlight. I love when you see the gold one and you're like, oh, that's nice, and then they get bronze, and then they get deep bronze, and they keep getting deeper. I absolutely love it because it means everybody can glow, you know? So this is the shade 01. So as you can see, this is just step 1, which is what I fell in love with. So we just give it a big swirl and look at that. When I swatched these, I was like, girl. And they're like £2-3. I will leave it linked down below, girlies, of course. And I did check eBay to make sure they were still in stock before I told you about this, and they are in stock. So yeah, these La Femme Baked Bronzers, I recommend them out of everything I've shown today. These are one of my ultimate favorites because of the price. I've got 02 as well, but I think they go up to 04, so it just gets deeper. So these, I wouldn't say they're appropriate for lighter skin. You could use it as a bronzer, but not as a highlight. So this is the shade 02, and I think you can see it's a tiny bit deeper than 01. So 01 is this one, 02 is this one. So 02 is more of a bronzy shade. and the first one was more of a gold, and they all have like this white veining going through it to obviously give you that pop of gold, and boom, absolutely stunning. So 0201. So sticking with my eBay finds, I bought this bronzer from, it says KG bronzing powder, Crazy Girl bronzing powder. It was just an random eBay find. I don't think anybody's ever heard of the brand, but look at that. And this was about, it was like £1.50 or maybe £2.50. It was really cheap, to the point where I was like, I want it all. They have about 4 or 5 shades to choose from, but I'll try leave it linked down below. I haven't checked if this one is still in stock, so I will check for you, but this is how this one looks. Not as pigmented as the La Femme blushes, but still good for the price that I paid for it. I paid about, like I said, £1-2, and that's absolutely stunning for two quid. Then my last purchase from eBay was the Technique Get Gorgeous highlighter, and literally as I brought this, the next couple of days later they came out with 3 more shades. They came out with 24 karat gold, peach something, and an icy one. I ordered the gold one and I ordered the peach one, so they should be here any day now. But for now, this is the bronzing one. I believe this is, yeah, the bronze highlighting powder. So this is how this looks. Absolutely stunning. Once again, it was like £3 from eBay, free shipping, and that is a swatch of it. And what I love about this is this doesn't have an icy tone to it. Of course, it's called bronze highlight. So that is the Technique highlight, which I actually really like, so I ordered the other shades. Okay, so officially down to the last couple. This is by M&S. Now, when I was on Depop, I don't know if you girlies know about Depop, but you can sell like makeup and stuff like that. Tons of stuff, not just makeup, but yeah. When I was on Depop, this was the hype, like 3-4 years ago. This was the hype, the M&S Golden Rose highlighter. It's about £9, I believe, and I think you can tell, absolutely stunning. Kind of reminds me of the last one I just did, the Technique one. So I'm gonna swatch this here. So that is, yeah, it looks exactly the same. Hold on, let me swatch them both. Okay, the Technique one has a tiny bit more deeper tone to it, and the M&S one has a tiny bit more of an icy tone to it. But still, both would work, both would be gorgeous on deeper and lighter skin, depending on how much you put on. However, for £9, I would say just grab the Technique one from eBay for £3. You know, they basically have the same effect, and I don't think this is worth £9. Then last but not least, we have Topshop highlighters. I'm not sure if Topshop still do these, and I'm pretty sure they changed their packaging and everything. These are really old, but I'm still gonna mention them. So I got the shade Sunbeam, which... So this is the shade Sunbeam, which is a really gorgeous sun yellow type of gold. Really soft, ooh, and very pigmented. It does work for quite a lot of skin tones. It would work on lighter skin, not too pale because it will look yellow on your face, but lighter skin, medium skin and darker skin could rock this highlight with a light hand. So I definitely recommend this highlight. And then also from Topshop, and I believe their highlighters are about £7. Also from Topshop, I have the shade Horizon, which is like, what color is this? What do I call this? It kind of reminds me of the Technique color once again. Oh my god, it's like the exact same color. So this is Topshop Horizon right here. Gorgeous highlight, very similar to these two right next to it. But so that is all for my affordable highlights, girlies. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know if you want me to do a high-end highlight video, because I do have some highlighters that are high-end and very expensive. And I think that is it for this video. So please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.